Karen, I'm sorry. I don't. Shoot. Nice to meet you. Hello. Okay. You're very pretty. Brat. Good God. Hi, Sedalia. I love you too. I ate some almonds. Well, I had some coconut macaroon puff things. I got they're homemade, so yeah, they were made by the people in the bakery, so I got some. Well, they were made by people and not kept in a box that are wrapped in plastic. Well, they were wrapped in plastic, but it was a plastic container that people actually made them, like your mom made them, so they were yummy. I know to eat things like that. A lady named Michelle Obama talked to me. She's like, no, it's different, because they were talking about that she's eating a pastry. That's different than eating a wrapped in plastic ho-ho or a Twinkie thing that has a shelf life for 5 years. No, this is a donut that was made by people with actual hands. It's totally different. You're coming from a different ball game here, man. Talking about something that has a shelf life of about 4 or 5 days. That's like food, like body. I can have a macaron, not all the time. Okay, they're yummy though. So Dad was cool with, yeah, he liked mangoes and macaron, coconut things. Yeah, he liked stuff like that. That's yummy, but he didn't eat it all the time, and he got up and he was active. And he liked women and kids, and yeah, he's a lot like me. We're a lot alike. I love Boo so much. I remember when I first started connecting to him. I was a kid in college, just outside college. I was going to write a book. I think I told you guys, ladies, this. It was called Street Jesus. And at first, I was going to write it about me. And he ended up in New York, and he was working as a teacher / mission worker, kind of social worker. And he ends up trying to restore a living gospel, kind of like Jesus, and ends up getting beat to death by poor people in the street because they lose it, because they get all psycho about him because they think he's crazy when they're crazy. It was like, well, no, that seems too egocentric, so I'm not going to write that one. So then I got the one where he's a Mexican immigrant, and his name is Jesus Moreno. And Jesus Moreno, because he's darker than the Jesus they always want to give you. They want to give you the white guy Jesus, And I was like, man, I'm a white guy writing this. I got to look at and see Jesus in everybody. So this immigrant, Jesus Moreno. And his mom's immigrating into Houston, Texas. And there's this, it's cold, and they're trying to get through. And she's having a baby on Christmas Eve, and she's got like a hypothermia thing going on, poor healthcare stuff, and she ends up getting shelter in this mission run by a lady, a black lady, a large, jovial, kind, loving black lady named Mary Joseph. And she has these two immigrants. She has a safe house kind of for immigrants and stuff, and these nationalized immigrants, one's Pedro, one's Pablo, Peter and Paul. And I didn't know at the time that the Muslims had considered that Peter and Paul were the ones that got the Gospels wrong. They didn't, Constantine messed it. You know that. King Constantine came in. You girls know this. You're Marleys. You guys have a good relationship with your pops, who had a good relationship with our Messiah. And your dad's a musical messenger. When Haley died, a lot of the responsibility through the people went through him. And then they went after him. So you know what kind of things your pops went through and what he did for the people. I mean, he's an amazing human being, because his faith was amazing. Like Haley would tell you, it's not us. We can only, like the Muslims will say, we only do good because God is great, because Jah is great. And so it works through him. Like Haley would say, it works through me. I'm not God. And but it works through me. And so Dad was like, well, he's the chapel. Well, it works through Dad too, and it works through you ladies too. So, I'm not saying that to kiss your butt. I love you girls. Knock it off. Stop joking with me. God, serious stuff we talking about here. I love you too. God, that was cool watching you. I was trying to eat and sleep, and then all of a sudden I get this natural mystic stuff coming from the old family of Marley again. And I'm like, will you guys knock it off? No, you discussed it at the store. There's people in the government that thinks we're natural. We connect too, Ralph. You're not the only person with certain abilities around here, okay? All right, girls. Okay. You do know that I'm Jesus, right? I'm just kidding. I'm the spirit of David and Moses here, okay, man? Don't tell me what to do or I'll have to... It's two women. Shut up, bro. Okay, never mind. Okay, girls, you win. I'm just kidding. But yeah, oh God, I love you, Daddy. He has such a great sense of humor. So when we sit down and we talk, I started picking up and I was trying to write the book. At this message, Jesus grows up and Jesus realizes he's special. And he goes up on the roof. There's a roof of a mission in one of the wards in Houston. And he tries to pray and meditate and get away from all the hustle and bustle in the street. He falls in love with a young female prostitute, drug addict named Magdalena. He tries to help save her, and he has a friend there named Julian, who's a single father who's having it's a really good book. And Steve and Bob were helping me write it. And I went to the roof. He goes on the roof to pray and connect and have revelation to talk to Jesus, and he wants to talk to Muhammad because he sees that the two are related. That they're, I already knew this before I started understanding stuff. Before I already knew that the two had the same message, and so he's trying to talk to them both to help bring peace between all and unify the tribes. And he can't get them, and he keeps praying and can't get them. So he gets these two smart alecks, Steve Biko and Bob Marley. It's like, but can I talk to this person? And he starts praying, and he's getting these two. It's like, why am I getting Biko and Marley? It's like in 1984. It's like, yeah, it's about, yeah. But I was writing the book around it was before, it was 87, 88 when I was getting the ideas to start this. And I had the ideas and the conversation in my rooms. It was mid to late 80s. I was in college, and it was before I went in the service, because I was in my bedroom in Arizona. Wow. That was before even I saw the movie Cry of Freedom. I knew I had heard of. Girls, this is deeper than I thought. Yeah, this is before I went in the service. I knew more about Steve Biko than when I started reading them. Okay. Karen, stop laughing at me. Sedalia, check your sister. Stop being funny. No, I mean, I never correlated this stuff. It's the same thing when I was a kid, when me and Mom used to have conversations when we lived on Griggs, and I used to talk to her about about the church and the nature of Jesus not having to be ritually sacrificed, and why we went to church at the church up on the Mormon church up on Telshore when there was a perfectly good church right down the street. We're supposed to walk to synagogue. I was like 2.5 years old. Yeah, having these complex conversations with my mom, and I'm 2.5 years old. I know my mom didn't think, but that boy's special. I guess so. And Grandma Booker has the same stories about Pops. He's always been special. Special Bob. Special K. But you kids were always special to him, but it was never even with Patrick, you guys know what I showed with Patrick with the whole Jerry Springer, There's nobody intelligent on there, and they're not funny at cartoons. This is a 7-year-old kid, and it struck me because he's all, shh, Dad, don't tell Mom. I don't want Mom to get mad at me. I'm like, why don't you tell Mom? I mean, that should floor her, 7-year-old kid. I don't know why you watch Jerry Springer, Mom. Oh, why? Well, there's no one intelligent on there, and it's not funny like cartoons. It's young King Solomon. He's like, you should listen to him. Why? He's kind of intelligent. Well, that was his choice of words, and I wasn't a chooser of words as far as saying smart or intelligent or anything, but that's exactly what he said to me, my 7-year-old boy. Dad, there's no one intelligent on there, and it's not funny like cartoons. You're right, son. We should watch Freakazoid. Change chat. Okay. Freakazoid. Was it you? pinky and the brain. And that's funny, you know, because, oh, wow, this is really deep. He wanted us to laugh. Oh, God, I love that man. He was joking, and he was talking to me about the kids a lot. And he said it's not necessary, you know, that the ganja is not necessary. It was just there a lot to help him through because of all the pain that he was going through. But the best was the kids and the women, and not to let any of the women think, you know, like I think I'm the same way. Was like, you know, I love you all, and you can't sit there and say which one did I love more. In life, I know there's lots of grief, but your love is my relief. When you make love to the person that you know you're supposed to be with, at the time, I've been married twice, and you know, I loved my law with all my heart when I was with my law. Then that went, and I was with Steffi, and I put everything I could into that relationship. It wasn't meant to last, you know, but I tried. I gave her everything I could. And then same with Amy, you know, and it's like, which one did you love more? At the time, I loved them with all my heart. And when that breaks apart, your heart breaks apart, and you got to put it back together again. God, I love this man. You already know this, right? I mean, you girls have such a good spiritual relationship with Pops. It's just kind of nice to hear somebody else that seems like a stranger that knows him as well as you do, because I don't know, the brother Moses. He's one of the guys that Dad was talking with. Dad was having conversations. Dad has conversations. And the death of Bob Marley. That's what we were talking about, because Sedalia is very adamant about this, and I agreed with her in that one time. You know, he's a healthy man, and I liked on her, and she liked on that. Me and that brother were talking about it too. He's half black, okay? He has lots of melanin in his skin. Melanoma, a guy talked to me about that when I was at Guardsmark, that was ex-military, ex-Air Force, how aggressive and strong melanoma is. It's the most aggressive of all cancers. Someone with Bob Marley's health, and it was in his foot. It was injected into his thigh and tried to make its way out of his body because he was so healthy. If someone had just come up and maybe just cut off where it started his foot, and because it was such an aggressive attempt on his life, if they had just simply amputated, because it was from that certain point, you know, it would have been. That's horrible for such an active person to, you know, maybe it might have even isolated itself to a toe or something like that, but and just removed that portion at the time instead of going into the whole aggressive treatment. They killed him with his treatment. You can't blame people. They didn't know. It was the whole, you know, and he was doing what he felt was right by the people that he wanted to stay with. How can someone so intelligent be? Same thing happened with Sun Yat-sen. It's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book, because he has to be an example of how twisted, wicked, and evil these people can be. Like those people, you sound like you're paranoid schizophrenic. It's like, no, you freaking idiot. Bob Marley dies of aggressive melanoma in his foot. That's skin cancer from the sun, kind of thing that you get from being out in his foot, that's in his shoe, and he's got melanin, and it's not exposed. It's okay. It defies all logic and reason. Do you understand? I'm trying to explain this to some people. Say, no, Bob Marley did not die of cancer. Bob Marley was murdered from cancer. Are you familiar with the Tuskegee experiments? Do you understand? Bob Marley was murdered to make it look like, to promote political and social and mind-controlling agendas. You're paranoid. No! It's... You know. Jack Kennedy was murdered by people that want to promote social and political economic agendas. You're paranoid. No, you're stupid. I can't talk to you anymore. You're a psychopath. And then all those people, you're the type of people that Hitler and Stalin killed first. Yes, and so is Bob Marley. You psychopathic, schizophrenic nut job. And then try to promote all these words and agendas to make people behave stupidly like you so we can mass murder people to promote our agendas. Now shut up. Fucking idiot. People like you that believe everything you're told, that you read and you do and say. You're like that on that song by Zager and Evans, man. Everything you think, do, and say is in the pill you took today. Here it is. Shut up. You're nothing like Bob Marley. You don't deserve to be mentioned in the same conversation with Bob Marley. And how dare you have mentioned Stalin and Hitler in the same conversation with my beloved Bob Marley. Now shut up. That's how I get. I'm sorry, I get emotional, girls. You get the same. All right, we're dogs. All right, love you too. But I get mad. But the death of Bob Marley was a heinous crime against humanity. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill the book. We're always writing the book. I would say to you people, it's wise to protect the prophets and their children. And don't look to this money. We're going to have a better world than money. Alex is right. Money don't grow on money tree. It's just you're distracted, and you know this. And it's hard to live in this world as it is, and y'all doing your best. You have no idea how much I adore you. I know that may not, from a crazy guy in New Mexico who's unemployed. Well, I guess if you watch me and you actually have an intelligent heart, mind like your father, I guess it's okay. Well, thank you. If you guys have the same adoration and thoughts towards me, I'll take it as the same compliment as if Haile Selassie had said that he's proud of me. And if you're proud of me, I'll take that as that same kind of supreme compliment. And if you guys feel the same way, wow, whoa, I'll Joey Lawrence on you guys. Whoa, okay, cool. That's really cool, you know. Like, wow, y'all very special. Tell everybody I said hi. If it was up to me, we'd all be hanging out somewhere on the beach right about now, eating some fish, doing this stuff a lot better. But it's not up to me. I'm not the king of the world. I'm the king of Israel. It's a hereditary thing. You get it, right? Just like Haile Selassie, he's the king of Israel. Israel goes from Zion to and he was removed from that, and he's in Ethiopia. I'm the king of Israel living in New Mexico. He's the king of Israel living in Ethiopia. Why? Well, they kind of kick us out of the property. It's not that property. We don't care about where we live. We care about the people and how they live. Everybody's given a place at the table. Everybody's promised land. Everybody's promised a place to eat. Everybody's promised dignity of life. They don't understand our math proofs and our equations because we're thinking in quantum physics that are infinite math terms and variables and physics to help save ourselves from ourselves and our inhumanity and insanity to worship of idols. We worship God that gave life to all the living. Jah, Allah, Jehovah. Same God, different tribal names. We're cool. And that's what the whole thing with the Star of David and the colors and hey, listen, we love our Lion of Judea. And that's who he is. And so is Dad. I'm not kissing anybody's tail. I wouldn't do that. I ain't got time for this. I'm just telling you, you girls are beautiful. Yeah. God, that was the one with Sedalia too. Dad had this beautiful, attractive smile on his face. And he's pointing at it, you know, and it's like only a daughter make him. So he tells her that too, and she's like, she believes him because it's true. Because that was on one of my driver's license. You know, that's a really good picture. Well, you told me to think about something that made me really happy, and I was thinking about my kids. And it was a good smile. It was a good picture. And that's the best pictures. You know, you think, what are you thinking about? What do you think I'm thinking about? Think about you. Why? Because you make me smile. It makes, they say it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile. Just call me lazy in love with you. I love that, man. God, I love it. Oh. But sometimes we do have a sad countenance and kind of a frown because it weighs heavy when you wear that crown. I didn't ask for it. In a sense, like, oh, I want to be king. It was more like, what can I do? Like you did. I want to help the people. I love them. You don't ask to be ostracized and treated like crud. You choose it because you choose the path less traveled because it's the path that we need everybody to try to take. It's a good effort. It's a good work. It's good love. Man, girl, thanks. I'm going to go get good sleep now. You was bugging me. I was trying to eat my thing, and the Sedelia's all like, Ralph. I'm like, what? And I'm like, leave me alone. Sedelia, okay. I'll talk about that. It's not the death of Bob Marley. It's the life of Bob Marley, right? God, I love you so much. Okay, sissies. Hang in there. We'll see what's up. Maybe some of these things will help. Maybe. Of course they'll help. Every ounce of effort and love towards love and life, and the people that do evil can't rest. So how can you? Well, I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta survive. So but I gotta put the information out there. I can't shut up. I understand that. I love you too. I hope I see you soon. I really want to see you guys. I love Family of Marley. Okay. I love you very much. All right. Tell everybody I said hey. Especially Mama. All mamas. I realize there's different mamas. I know I'm dealing with Bob. God bless him. I love him. No, it's all right. I got the same thing. I got kids with different mamas, and I say, Patrick's got a mama. All my other kids got a mama. They all got different daddies. This is life. Those are my babies. Tell Sharon I said hi. I love you too. Blessings and peace.